At Ben Gurion Airport, chaos reigns. Families rush through crowded terminals, clutching passports and hastily packed bags. The outbreak of war with Iran has shattered any sense of normalcy. Fear and urgency are etched on every face as the reality of conflict closes in. News screens flash urgent updates, missile strikes, air raid sirens, and the rapid escalation of violence. The war with Iran is no longer distant, it is immediate, personal and terrifying. Parents shield their children, desperate to protect them from the horrors unfolding outside. These are not travelers on holiday, they are refugees of war, forced to abandon their homes in haste. Suitcases are filled with essentials, but hearts are heavy with fear and uncertainty. The hope for safety is the only thing guiding them forward. Their destination is the Philippines, a place that now represents sanctuary. Far from the sirens and chaos, it offers the promise of peace. The journey is not just a flight across continents, but a desperate escape from war. Tearful goodbyes fill the departure hall. Loved ones embrace, uncertain if they will ever meet again. The pain of separation is sharpened by the fear of what the war may bring to those left behind. Yet, amid the sorrow, there is hope, a vision of children playing freely on sunlit beaches, far from the threat of missiles. The Philippines becomes a symbol of the peaceful life they desperately seek. The longing is simple, to give their children a life untouched by war, where innocence is preserved and laughter is not drowned out by sirens. This hope is what drives them to board the plane. For these families, the Philippines is more than a destination, it is a lifeline, a place where they can rebuild, safe from the violence that has overtaken their homeland. The gentle rhythms of island life, the warmth of the sun and the kindness of the Filipino people stand in stark contrast to the chaos they have fled. This migration is not impulsive, but a response to the urgent threat of war. It is a testament to their resilience and determination to survive and protect their families. The decision is born from sleepless nights, anxious conversations, and the overwhelming need to find safety for their loved ones. Entrepreneurs, professionals, and ordinary people alike are united by a single goal: to escape the war and secure a future in a land of peace. They are leaving behind the shadow of war, the threat of violence, and the fear that has become part of daily life in Israel since the conflict erupted. In exchange, they seek peace, stability, and the chance to build a new life in a welcoming land. As they land in Manila or Cebu, they step into a new chapter, one filled with uncertainty, but also with hope and possibility. They are welcomed not by fear, but by the warmth of the tropics and the smiles of the Filipino people. Here, the news is about community and daily life, not war. The contrast is immediate and profound. Slowly, they begin to build new roots, forging connections and finding a sense of belonging in their new home. Their journey is supported by goodwill and respect, strengthened by the friendship between Israel and the Philippines. This is not just an escape from war, it is a determined pursuit of a better, safer life. It is a search for normalcy, for the simple joys of daily life, and the chance to raise children free from fear. It is the promise of a new beginning, a promised land in the East filled with hope and light. Their journey stands as a testament to the human spirit's resilience and the relentless pursuit of peace and safety for future generations. For many, it is a homecoming of the heart, a return to community, belonging, and the embrace of a nation that welcomes them. It is a journey to a place they have never seen, but one that now feels like home, a place where peace and hope can finally take root. To truly understand why so many Israelis are leaving their homeland, you must look to the shadow of war with Iran. This is not a distant threat, it's a daily reality, shaping every decision and every moment of life in Israel. The conflict with Iran has escalated into open hostilities. Missile attacks rain down, sirens wail, and families scramble for shelter as explosions echo across the night. For many Israelis, the threat is no longer abstract. It is the sound of rockets overhead, the rush to fortified rooms, the fear etched on children's faces as they wait for the all clear. Each attack chips away at the sense of safety. The ground feels unstable, the future uncertain, as the war with Iran intensifies and the danger grows ever closer. The psychological toll is immense. Living under the constant threat of Iranian missiles, families endure sleepless nights, anxiety, and the heavy burden of never knowing when the next attack will come. Even the most resilient are worn down by the relentless pressure. Hope is replaced by exhaustion, and optimism fades with every new siren. The war with Iran has forced the nation to divert resources to defense, leaving families to cope with the daily disruptions and uncertainty that come with living in a conflict zone. In cities like Tel Aviv, the cost of living with constant alerts and the ever-present threat of attack has become unbearable for many. The dream of a peaceful home feels out of reach. The war has deepened divisions and uncertainty, making it harder for families to imagine a stable future in Israel. The dream of security and prosperity is eroded by the constant fear of attack, a fear that now defines daily life for so many. For most, the decision to leave is about protecting their children, giving them a chance to grow up without the trauma of war. They dream of a childhood free from sirens and shelters, where laughter replaces fear and opportunity replaces anxiety. This is not about rejecting Israel or their heritage. It is about survival and the hope for a life beyond the reach of war. They seek a place where families can live in peace, where the threat of Iranian missiles is a distant memory, not a daily fear. The choice to leave is heartbreaking, filled with sorrow and the pain of leaving home behind. For many, it is a last resort, a decision made after years of hoping the war would end and peace would return. Those who leave are often skilled professionals, taking with them not just their families, but their hopes for a safer future far from the front lines. They are voting with their feet, choosing peace and predictability over the constant turmoil of war. Their connection to Israel remains strong, but the need for safety outweighs all else. They are making a rational, difficult choice, one driven by the realities of war and the hope for a better life. Their hope is to find a place where hard work leads to stability and where their children can grow up free from fear. For thousands, that place is now the Philippines, a country offering calm, opportunity, and the promise of peace. This exodus is a direct result of war, a world where safety at home can no longer be taken for granted. When security vanishes, families are forced to seek refuge elsewhere, far from the reach of conflict. In the end, it is a search for peace, a future where children can dream and families can thrive, far from the shadow of war. In the shadow of the Iran war, many Israelis are searching for a place of true safety, far from the reach of conflict and uncertainty. Why is the Philippines emerging as a sanctuary for those seeking refuge? The answer begins with geography. The Philippines is thousands of kilometers from the Middle East, well beyond the immediate dangers of war. This distance offers a crucial buffer, both physical and psychological. For families fleeing the threat of missiles and instability, the Philippines represents peace, a place untouched by the turmoil of the Iran conflict, where daily life is not shaped by the sound of sirens. The Philippines has a history of welcoming those in need. Its people are known for their warmth and hospitality, opening their communities to newcomers seeking safety. In recent months, as the Iran war escalated, Israeli refugees have arrived on Philippine shores, greeted not with suspicion but with open arms and support. The country's stability stands in stark contrast to the uncertainty left behind. Here, families can rebuild, children can play without fear, and life resumes a gentle, predictable rhythm. The Philippines' distance from the front lines, combined with its welcoming environment, makes it a rare haven in a world increasingly shaped by conflict and displacement. For Israelis escaping the Iran war, the Philippines is more than a destination. It is a promise of safety, a place to start anew, and a community ready to help them heal. In the aftermath of the war with Iran, Israeli families quietly arrive in the Philippines seeking refuge from the turmoil they left behind. There is no official program, but the steady flow of arrivals is unmistakable. Families registering at immigration desks, their faces marked by exhaustion and hope. These newcomers are not tourists or investors. They are families escaping conflict, carrying only what they could bring, searching for safety and a chance to rebuild. In Filipino cities, local communities and volunteers welcome the refugees, offering food, shelter, and a sense of belonging. Support networks form quickly. Community centers, synagogues, and local organizations help families find housing and begin to heal. Children begin to attend local schools, learning new languages and making friends, while parents search for ways to rebuild their lives and provide stability. Some refugees open small businesses or join local enterprises, determined to contribute and regain a sense of normalcy. Neighborhoods in Manila and Cebu quietly change as Israeli families settle in, their traditions blending with Filipino hospitality. The numbers remain small, but the impact is profound. Stories of resilience, hope, and the quiet determination to start anew. This quiet influx is reshaping lives and neighborhoods, a testament to the enduring human spirit and the power of welcome.